You know everyone loves to meme about Ryan Gosling in Drive being literally me, but have you actually watched the movie lately? Because, let's be honest, the guy behaves less like a human being and more like an alien trying to figure out how to order a sandwich without vaporizing the cashier. He stares for 30 seconds before answering a yes or no question, like his brain is buffering on dial-up internet, and he has the social skills of a brick wall. But what if I told you there is a reason for the autism-adjacent silence and the hyper-violence that isn't just because he is a cool Sigma male edgelord? The theory is simple, but it changes the entire film. The driver is a werewolf. No, I am not high, and no, I am not talking about him growing fur and howling at the moon like a budget CGI effect from the mid-2000s. I am talking about metaphorical lycanthropy. The movie is structured exactly like a classic fairy tale, but instead of a knight in shining armor, we have a monster desperately trying to cosplay as a person so he doesn't accidentally eat the neighbor girl. Let's look at the evidence, because it is stacked higher than the body count in the third act. The movie opens with the song Night Call by Kavinsky. And if you actually listen to the lyrics instead of just vibing to the synthwave, it is basically an instruction manual for being a werewolf. The singer says, "I am going to show you where it is dark, but have no fear," and then drops the line, "There is something inside you, it is hard to explain." It is literally a song from the perspective of a creature that only comes out at night and has a dark entity living inside its gut. It is not subtle. It is like having a song called "I Am a Vampire, Please Give Me Blood" playing over a movie about Dracula. The driver is a creature of the night. He works at night, he drives at night, and when the sun is out, he stands around awkwardly like a nocturnal animal blinded by a desk lamp. Then there is the toothpick. You see him chewing on that thing for half the movie. You might think it is just an oral fixation, or maybe he is trying to look cool like a cowboy from the 50s. But in werewolf folklore, the only thing that can kill the beast is silver. The theory here is that the toothpick represents a silver bullet. He keeps it in his mouth constantly. It is a metaphor for containment. As long as he has the bullet in his mouth, the gun is pointed at him. He is keeping the beast in check. Notice that the second things go sideways and he has to start hammering nails into people's foreheads, the toothpick disappears. He spits out the safety mechanism and goes full predator mode. It is like taking the leash off a pit bull that has been listening to death metal for 3 days straight. And we have to talk about the jacket. That white satin scorpion jacket is iconic. I own 3 of them, and I look terrible in all of them. But for the driver, it is his second skin. It is his fur. He wears it everywhere. He wears it to work, he wears it on dates, he probably wears it in the shower. The movie explicitly references the fable of the scorpion and the frog. The scorpion stings the frog and drowns them both because it is in his nature. He literally cannot help himself. The driver wants to be the hero. He wants to save Irene and her kid and play house, but he can't because he is a scorpion. He is a predator. By the end of the movie, that beautiful white jacket is covered in blood and grime, but he doesn't take it off. He can't take it off. A wolf cannot unzip its fur just because it got messy. He accepts that this is what he is. But the most damning piece of evidence is the mask scene. When he goes to hunt down Nino on the beach, he puts on that creepy silicone stuntman mask. It is lifeless and terrifying. This is the moment of transformation. In a traditional werewolf movie, this is where the bones crack and the snout grows out. In Drive, he puts on the plastic face. He stops being a human. Watch how he kills Nino. He doesn't just shoot him. He rams his car off the road, stalks him into the ocean, and drowns him in the surf. That is not how a hitman kills someone. That is how a wild animal kills prey. He drags him into his natural element, the water and the dark, and extinguishes him. It is primal. It is terrifying. And honestly, it is kind of overkill, like using a bazooka to kill a housefly. The duality of his nature is perfectly captured in the elevator scene. This is the climax of the werewolf arc. 1 second, he is gently kissing Irene in slow motion with magical lighting, looking like a prince in a Disney movie. The very next second, he turns around and stomps a guy's head in until it looks like lasagna. The switch is instant. The violence is so extreme and so inhuman that Irene backs out of the elevator in horror. She doesn't see a man protecting her anymore. She sees the monster. The veil has dropped. It is like bringing a guy home to meet your parents, and he suddenly starts eating the drywall. You realize, oh wait, this isn't a quirky introvert's. This is a dangerous biological hazard. Finally, look at his backstory. He doesn't have one. He has no name, no parents, no history. He just appeared in Los Angeles one day. In mythology, monsters don't have social security numbers or awkward Thanksgiving dinners with their families. They just exist as forces of nature. He comes from nowhere, wreaks havoc, and then disappears back into the night. So ultimately, Drive is a tragedy about a monster who developed a conscience. He tried to be a real boy. He tried to have the human connection, but the universe kept poking him with a stick until he snapped. At the end of the film, he leaves the money, he leaves the girl, and he drives into the darkness. He isn't dying. He is just acknowledging that he doesn't belong in the human world. He is returning to the wild, where he can't hurt the people he cares about. It is a sad ending, but let's be real. If he stayed, he probably would have eventually eaten the neighbor's cat. So it is probably for the best.